Hi, hello everyone, this is Studio speaking here, and today I just wanted to make a quick update video. That is, the titles got fixed today, meaning I got my Glad title, but at the same time it appears that I would have gotten yet another rank 1 if I actually set my rating, because I heard that rank 1 cutoff was way lower than to be expected. I will explain this why in a second, and as well I wanted to share with you my short road of career as a highly ranked WoW PvP and PvE player. It is the story that I wanted to tell you a long time ago, but the title issue and the Arena Junkies topic that I read today gave me back all the memories and reminded me more than half of my lifespan story. Okay, so let's begin by saying that it is not the first time I was about to lose my PvP title. The story starts in Season 6 when one of my close friend's friend, Tekilovsky, introduced me to the PvP scene in Wrath of the Lich King expansion. He was a really good resto / elemental shaman with high experience from private servers. And then to put in contrast, I was somewhat decently geared PvE warrior with a lot of armor penetration stuff, which was highly demanded back then. Because yeah, it was the golden era of WoW where PvE items actually mattered in PvP. So again, we tryharded a lot, where Tekilovsky became my PvP tutor, just like a Jedi Master, you know. Showing me my mistakes so they could be neglected, and increase my overall skill cap each day. Just to recall, I was in secondary school back then, meaning I had a lot of free time to be spent on, of course, nothing else but World of Warcraft. We were playing a lot. First I got my 1750 achievement, then 2k, and finally I was struggling for the 2.21. It was all going good until a DK named Saub from my guild caught the betrayal of humanity. That 2-hand axe from Kel'Thuzad in 25-man raid Naxxramas that I was supposed to get basically stole my arena partner. Next, Season 7, the Relentless. Again, I was playing somewhat around 2k, but it all has finally changed in Wrath for Season 8. So I successfully kept on slaying dragons to get even more gear. I had the Deathbringer's Will and all the important stuff except Shadowmourne, as I was the third in the queue for it and didn't manage to get it until the next expansion. I finally broke my limits of 2k experience and got the 2.4 rating Intus, playing with Greek resto druid named Maraxus, who was always playing from the internet cafe with tons of background noise, as you can imagine. We were somewhere in the top of the 2 ladder on our BG, among with another good warrior out there, Rob Smythe, playing the same comp. Since the appetite counts is eating, it was not enough for me. I started playing Triss, where I also got around 2.4, as a TSG, where I had Season 2 weapon, and my DK actually had Shadowmourne itself. On top of that, I started playing 5s as Elemental, Warlock, Warrior, Holy Paladin and Discipline Priest, where we got 2.3+. So this season was huge for me. I got my Duelist title and gained tons of experience, making me ready to hit the next expansion like never before. New expansion, new hopes. So I transferred to Outridon from Burning Blade and changed factions at the same time to Alliance due to my raiding guild's requirements. I was enjoying myself slaying dragons until I found I'm having less and less time to PvE. Season 9 began with a fresh new 10v10 bracket, the Hypros Real and RBG group started forming. I had the pleasure to play as a flag carrier with the best team on our server, led by two brothers, Orko, Rogue and Gila, Pumpkin, climbing the first new PvP title. It was the season where firstly Fury and then Arms Warriors became insane. Also Swift invented his famous one-shot macro. As well as a season of huge disappointment for me, as I lost my first Glad title. How, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. So I was playing TSG with some paladin that names I don't recall and a DK named Kosa. After an OK 3v3 session on around 2.8 MMR, the DK asked me to give him the Triss leadership for a second. I was like, yeah, sure. I gave him the leader and guess what happened? I got kicked out of the team, where in my place surely a top warrior back then named Swag was invited. It drove me crazy, I can deny it. So in the end they managed to get Glad, of course, while I was sitting in the corner crying, being teamless. Time flies and so on, and new Season 10 was there. With a lesson from the past, as well as the new achievement tweak in the trade channel 271 that is, I was able to find new partners to do arenas with. I managed to encourage rank 1 Wrathful Gladiator Warlock Corruptor to play with me. I was really excited as I knew what that guy was able to do last season. We played VLS with his shaman and did pretty well. I have to admit that I was scared hard back then. I mean, all I had to do was listen to Corruptor's comments and tactics. Season was about to an end, we had 2.370 where 2.420 was the Glad cutoff. Again, I was really excited and motivated to claim the highly prestigious PvP reward, and finally accomplish my goal. So it was going really promising, as you can guess, until Corruptor said he has to fly to Afghanistan on a mission as he was in the army. Yeah, I basically said a farewell to him and my title yet again. Season 11. I will begin by saying that it was by far the hardest season for Warriors, among with Season 13, from what I recall. So why is that, you may ask again? Well, the trick here was the RMP and RMD PvP dominated setups, along with triple DPS run by Red 3, Hunters and Rogues, where we had both legendaries for those teams available, that is, the legendary staff for casters and legendary daggers for rogues. So I found a KFC team, playing with Skatila and Holy Paladin named Keko. Even though Warriors were in such bad statements, we managed to almost pull it off. Why almost? Listen carefully. With all those triple DPS and legendary heroes, it was quite hard to climb the ladder. We even managed to beat Hydra on his stream, making us really proud. You couldn't probably imagine back then. Again, my team was striving for the 3 title and did its best to get it. Were we successful? No, we weren't, but here's why. So we had 2 for 20 and Katos was 2 for 50, putting us 30 points behind. Because of the win trade actions in the first 17th out of 9 getting the title, with Paladin named Supapala being behind it, Blizzard has actually cared for the PvP community once and banned them all. The only problem was that of course no one knew about it before the season end, meaning all the teams kept playing, including us. We lost some rating and decided to remake the team and never climbed that high again. Now the funniest thing is that with actually being ranked 3 team on RBG, I couldn't believe it back then and even now I can still barely comprehend it. So the battle group I was playing and we are speaking of right now is Vindication, by many claimed the easiest or one of the hardest BGs out there. Why? Well, there are 2 main reasons for that. First, we had very little glad spots as opposed to Rampage or Cyclone, and then, because of it being considered as an easy group, we actually had a tons of really good players transferring there, like Swag mentioned before. And, as you just heard, we had many win trading teams for the titles. Okay, so all of this almost made me quit the game for good, but the new expansion Mists of Pandaria kicked in. This time I said it's enough of this bullshit and I did transfer to Sylvana server on Rampage to claim my first Glad title. With all the experience gained, even though I was Gladless, I proved my worth to the PvP community and played with Zion's Fall, in my opinion, one of the best hunters out there. Warriors were really strong, putting us in a comp advantage above most of the teams. We climbed and climbed the ladder until the moment that we were stuck for the rest of the season. I mean, we got to around 2.6 and became, I don't wanna lie here, but somewhat around rank 5th team, meaning we could either farm lobbies or keep queuing into the best teams on our BG. It was Traley with Huey did the bench, playing Kitty Cliff, Joe's WMD, healing stats and Banana Split's God comp, plus I believe Tunnel Miss Enhancement Destro team, which was a really tough competition to summarize. So it happened, there was this one afternoon when we got farmed by the WMD team and couldn't break the ratings anymore. I was offered by my teammates to transfer to another, yet easier battleground and go for the rank 1 shot instead. Well, as you can imagine, I just wanted my first Glad title and didn't really care for anything else. I simply denied them. I was left in the team at exactly 2.5 rating, while they were playing on a different server already, making their road to rank 1. The only one thing left for me was looking at my lonely team dropping its place in Glad Spots competition as the season was ending. Imagine that I was the last 22nd, again almost losing it by playing and dropping the rating unnecessarily. Zion's Fall and the Paladin Deathrow indeed got their rank 1 title with his team. Another thing worth mentioning is that I was actually playing 5s pretty hardcore again, with Daze, Healing Stat, Banana and the rest of the named Slexlaw, getting us to rank 3 team where we couldn't beat Craze and Thriller Bartom's rank 1 team. Anyway, this was a very successful season for me as I finally managed to get my Glad title. After which I transferred back to my home Auchidon to keep riding with the guild. Then I pushed it to the limits and claimed rank 1 title with Elmas and Pancake, Actually being the top KFC world, beating Bloodex and others like it was no other business. Also feeling confident enough, I've decided to create this YouTube channel. Next year I was the best Polish WoW player according to the website and became chosen as a caster for Polish community at 2014 Arena tournament. Thanks to our Polish rank 1 hunter Lapin. In season 15 I got ditched by Pancake for the rank 1 Tyrannica Gladiator Russian enhanced scripter, as well as Interrupt Hacker, ending our good relationship forever. Also, since I was forced to queue another comp, I was a bit pissed to see a new warrior becoming the shiny star named Jamie. As I played with him the Thundercliff, he was the elemental, and then he rerolled warrior to prove how easy that class is and claimed season 15 rank 1 title with an interrupt hack. So yeah, GG. We are coming slowly to an end, but we have another interesting story in the Warlords first season. So Arms Warriors at the start were in a really bad state, but consistently getting buffed. I decided to switch to Fury and started rocking it hard with an enhanced named Bakpao. Believe me or not, but in a single night we reached 2.6, being above the rank 1 cutoff. Also to my surprise, because like we said Arms was bad back then, one of the hardest teams we queued against was Zway's KFC. So big props there for making this shit work well at the high ratings. As one of the turbo originators, I only queued that comp for the rest of the expansion to climb titles. Okay, we are about to the season end of Warlords, where I find my new 3 partners, that is Maggie Smith and Snotty, to play our best. We play this turbo getting around 2950 rating at peak and then dropping it to 2850 or so, making us far below rank 1 cutoff range, right? So the next season monks weren't that strong, so I started playing with Maggie and Resto Druid named Sivax. We were pushing the whole season hard, only to get disappointed as fuck at the end. Why? As I got DDoS many times, including the time that I met Swag, giving us a no chance to get our rating back. I have possibly lost my second rank 1 shot title there, but never mind. If it's not your fault, then I truly apologize, Swag. So even though all the bad things happened to me, according to Swag, I actually admire him for being one of the best warriors out there. He was for sure the person I was looking up to back in the days, since he was just incredible in what he did. Also, whenever he was absent, I was allowed to take his spot and play with E-Heroes RBG team. So this is what I'm thankful for, because in the end, playing with the best and being a part of the team is an unforgettable experience. So now after all of this, I'm here, in Legion, where Blizzard made a mistake and blessed us with duelist titles. By fixing the addressed issue, I received a Gladiator title. The whole situation with titles distribution as well as Arena Junkies post just reminded me of all the stories to my losses that almost made me quit the game. Yes, a game. I know it's just a game, or is it? It should be at least, but I have spent so much time and put that much effort, yet only being disappointed every next time I tried so hard. So the moral of the story is, don't be delusional and never give up, because one day you will get there anyway. Therefore, it is my pleasure to be helpful. On behalf of the occasion, I would like to thank everyone that made the games fun to me and kept me going through all this good as well as bad stuff. I wish you good luck in accomplishing your WoW and life goals, just like I did with mine. Don't let your dreams fade away, and remember that cleaving is believing. See you on the arenas. Look at the fun,